All right, so it's currently 1:58 in the morning. Actually, no, it's not. That's a lie. It's not updated to the right time. It's 2:58 in the morning. Slept in an extra hour because I forgot about the time difference between here and Wisconsin. And I am just out here struggling to set up this dash cam for the trip. Here we got it plugged in. Got some light because, convertibles, no dome light. And now we're going to read some of these instructions back here. The genuine, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Required to format inside the dash cam before use. Good. Do not restart while camera's turned on. Perfect. Think I can do all that. Think I can finally get this thing figured out. And we're going to be hitting the road here real shortly. So, see you guys in just a little bit. We are up and on the road. Only 793 miles to go. That's a lot. Already having some problems. Left blinker giving me an issue here. I already know it's the left front bulb. I thought I had it all settled out, but yep, see, fast blink. It is not going to be a go forward. So my first chance to get an auto parts store or anything like that, I'll be grabbing a bulb, putting that in, and that should square us away there on that left turn signal blinker. But here we are. It is 3:13 a.m. Dash cam's up and running, so you guys can get a little peek of what the journey looked like. I'm super excited to bring you guys episode 1 of Beetle Trek. The trip, we're going up to the Northeast Extension in Lehighton, and then we catch Route 80. Route 80 is one of those routes that actually runs cross country, and we will be on this for a good bit of time over this stretch. Other than it being dark, rainy, and on brand new tires, which are a little bit more slick than a worn-in set of tires, this portion of the trip was actually pretty uneventful. It is 7:55 a.m. and we're in Ohio. So one state down, Ohio's up, and we got Indiana next. Rolling on through. We're going to be stopping hopefully here pretty soon, getting some fuel, figuring out what sort of gas mileage we got and whatnot. But in Ohio, making progress. We are in Ohio. Only got about another 10 miles or so till I found a Sheetz. Very happy to find Sheetz. Great because they have free air and nice little digital, keeps you, right in where you want to be. Turns out that all the wheels were slightly different in air pressure. Then we also checked the lugs, which you'll probably see that as well too, just to make sure that we were good. Anytime that you mount aluminum wheels on a vehicle, you should always recheck to make sure that those lugs stay tight. It's a big safety thing that they can kind of back off depending on how things go with aluminum wheels especially. It's always a worthwhile check, so we checked that out. We're all good there.
We weren't off by a lot in pressure. We got 26 point something miles per gallon. I think we're going to get a little bit better here in Ohio, mainly because speed limit's a little bit lower, and this car is at like 3,500 RPMs to go 70-ish miles an hour. So, but that's our update. Still need a bulb for the left front turn signal. No bulbs here at Sheetz. I wish they had them. They don't. But that's our update. That's where we're at, and we'll see you on the next one.
So during this section of the trip, Route 80 in Ohio, a ton of tolls, a ton of road construction. The road was not in great shape, so hopefully they can put some of those tolls into action. But almost all of Route 80, except for about 18 miles or so, is toll roads here. So Ohio got a little chunk out of my pocket as we made it through this part.
That's right. Passing into Indiana. It is 11:46 a.m. We are 546 miles into the trip with another 250 miles to go. So we'll talk to you on the next stop, which probably is going to be pretty soon. We are in Indiana, and I'll probably try to highlight it if I can. Depends on what the camera picked up. But a couple miles back, big chunk of rubber on the road that I was not able to get away from. So time to see if anything happened to the front end. Looks okay. All right, I'm kind of surprised. Looks like I pretty well skated it. Whew, thank goodness. Well, maybe that's the mark there on the wheel and tire. There's a little bit of one there. Yeah, that's probably it. I don't know how well you guys can see that stuff there, but there's some marking on there. Ooh. And she looks like she'll come off, kinda. Yeah. I think we'll be all right. Just down there by the valve stem, that area. But if that's the worst of it, I'm a happy camper. So we're gonna go in, see if I can pick up a bulb, see what all I can find in this 7-Eleven, Sbarro, Starbucks, and Popeyes. Ooh, I'd love some Popeyes. Not doing that though, staying low carb through this trip. Gonna run in there. I'll figure out what the fuel mileage is and get back on here and see you guys in a couple. So they didn't have the right bulb, but they had lots of wrong bulbs. And if it gets me off the fast blink and functions, I'm gonna go with it. So on these Beetles, there's a little tab right here that has some orange reflective on it. Pop that puppy out. One of the easiest blinker situations that you could have to replace on the road. It's right here. So I get the screw out, and literally it pulls out. A little tight here, and then that's it. Here's our bulb. It keeps giving me problems. You can see it's an amber bulb, and it should be an amber bulb. However, I have a clear bulb that hopefully will work until we can get the right amber bulb. Come on. There we go. I had the wrong side there. I'm going to double check to see if it works. Hopefully the answer is it does. Hey. back to a normal blinker. Like I said, just gonna find an amber bulb here at another point. This is at least much better for now. And there's just a little tab here. This goes onto the tab. Sneak that by there. Put our single screw back in and we're good to go. Then we're going to go over and pump some gas. Again, talk to you about the mileage we're getting. And get back on the road. Screw in. I think this goes either direction, to be honest. Here we go. And dead bulb. Tired of this thing. Tired of it not flashing right. All right, we're gonna get over there, get some gas, and like I said, hop back on the road. Wrong bulb sometimes works instead of no bulb. So it is an absolute wind tunnel here. You wouldn't have been able to hear me out there even if I tried, but we got much better gas mileage this turnaround, so it seems anyway. So let's find out exactly what we got here. Yeah, we got almost 29 miles per gallon, so we did pick up a bit. Was a bit slower. The Ohio Turnpike there, a lot of 50-mile-an-hour spots and like construction out the wazoo. But we have a blinker that like blinks properly. Even though it's the wrong color up there, it still blinks properly. I'm going to take it as a win. We don't have huge damage from the big chunk of tire. Stop beeping, car. Jeepers Christmas. And as far as distance to go, let's see, we are looking at, well, looking like Waze didn't want to tell me. Just going to calculate. Still going. 210 miles, and it's going to take us about 3.5 hours. I think we should be able to make it there on this tank of gas. So who knows? Maybe the next thing we'll pick up from campsite. That'd be pretty cool. All right, talk to you guys in a bit. Back to the road.
In comparison to Ohio and Pennsylvania, this portion of the trip in Indiana is super, super short. We are going to be funneling right into our next state in just a few moments.
Wow. Well, no saying goodbye to Indiana, but we can say welcome to Chicago. That is right. We are in Illinois. We are just one state away, entering the Chicago Skyway here. We are in the second city, my city of choice for sports. That's right, go Bears, Bulls, and Cubs. We are in Chicago, folks, and we are only 84 miles away from completing this 800-mile portion of this trip. So we're going to get there and get on in there and actually open up this tent stuff, and hopefully I figure it all out and I'm not just sleeping on a tent on the ground, or I should say a sleeping bag on the ground. All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Chicago would have felt like it was no time at all if it wasn't for some typical Chicago traffic, although it was great seeing the Chicago skyline as we were driving in.
Oh, there it is. Man, I almost thought it was another state with no sign. Folks, we have made it to a state that I have never been to before. Hello, Wisconsin! That's right. We have checked one off the box, and I'm only 21 minutes away from where I can finally start figuring out how to set up these tents and all the fun that's going to come along with it. So, talk to you guys in just a little bit. You know, it's been all of, I don't know, a minute and a half. But one thing that I did want to quick say is we are right outside of Kenosha, Wisconsin, and the only thing I can think of when I think of that is that Weezer Buddy Holly video. when Al introduces the band, Kenosha, Wisconsin's own Weezer. I don't know. Anyway, police reported ahead. Talk to you guys soon.
We got into Wisconsin. The trip to the campsite was not very far. That was definitely on purpose. So we can see here we are opening this tent for the first time. You can tell by the fact that it's still in the cardboard box. Even though this product was used on Amazon, it was a quote unquote like new. So here we are just trying to figure out exactly how this thing goes and how these easy tent pop-up legs go. In reality, not that bad. For having to really have never set up a tent before, I was pleasantly surprised at how well it would go up. However, I did make a few mistakes, which we'll see here in just a few moments. One of the things is I don't like now where I set it up. I probably would have set it up back a little bit further, and I also would have had my entrance facing out versus to the side like it is here. These stakes are fantastic. They actually screw into the ground. They work in a variety of surfaces. I did put in that one corner. In reality, I would have went to the opposite corner. I think it would have been better on tension. So there was the first mistake that I would see with this. Secondly, now we're going to run our lead lines out. And you're going to see that, wait until you see the distance that we get on this first line. Yep, that's right. Put it way out there. And the best part is I never changed it. It stayed like that the entire time, even though, nope, even further. That's right. Couldn't get the line tight. So I ran it out even further. I got all the other ones relatively short like they should be with pulling the strap tight. Just a bit of a mistake there. Now, not knowing whether or not we were going to see weather that night or how much, I did actually put on the rain fly, which is certainly a great accessory. I believe it should come with the tent. It would probably be even better if it was in some way attached. But nevertheless, Coleman doesn't include it with their tents nowadays, at least on these quick up or easy up style tents. Instant tents, I believe, is what they are. And it is an accessory that you do have to buy. So here we go. Here comes the rain fly. I did kind of miss on the first throw. Then we just started going corner to corner. Clipped this one in. They were not calling for rain, so I just kind of got it on there. It was good to get through that the first night. It could come in handy for knowing how to do that for some of the subsequent nights. We didn't run all of the lines out from it, though, to keep it tight just in case there was rain, but it was on there, which would at least block up the holes in the top of the tent. Up next, we're going to start looking at some of our gear. Again, we had not opened any of this, and I was very thankful that we didn't open any of it, as it was all compacted down and in most cases actually vacuum sealed and sucked up, and we definitely didn't have to worry about all the space here. So here's the mattress. They have these great little one-way valves that you can actually flip on there. At this point, I would have been talking to you about how I did not believe it was ever going to get that small again. Absolutely right. Here is a blow-up to actually inflate this mattress. That thing pulls so much power. It pulls more power than any other thing that I brought with me. This was most likely the only time that I would use that throughout the entire trip because it kills the battery of our portable power. I think the next thing we're going to look at here is the table. This table is super, super tiny. I should have looked at the instructions, but figured it out eventually on how to put this thing together. I bought it with the intention of I would probably be cooking on top of it, but most parks actually have picnic tables for you to use. So this was probably one of the most unneeded things, I think, on the trip, and could possibly be the only time that I set it up. Up next, here's a really small package of the sleeping bag, which in reality was not super small. It was a double size and certainly did fit well, but was probably a bit too big. And then dinner. We didn't bring anything with us, so we had to shake it up. A little bit of trouble. MCT oil in there to feel a little bit full. A bunch of water. Put it in there. That Blender X blender works really, really well. Highly, highly recommended for anybody out there. Anyway, got it all shook up. Had some dinner, and then we wrap up.
It's day one. Beetle Trek. Check out our merch store. Buy some stickers. Buy some hats, shirts, t-shirts, whatever you want. Or nothing. It's all good. If you're watching this video, I'm happy enough. So, this is Joe Marucci, signing out for at least for now. Getting to some editing so I can post some more stuff. Talk to you soon.
Beetle Trek episode 1. As always, when you're out on the road, keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up. We'll see you next time.